All right, let's talk about Anthem Blue Cross versus Blue Shield of California for the Medicare market. And there really are two distinct segments we have to look at. And in one segment, Medicare supplements, they are very dominant in terms of pricing and in terms of how they work within the state. On the other side, for Advantage plans, it's a little bit different where they're coming on strong and they're doing it in a unique way or segment of that market. And we'll look at that. First, supplements. Supplements are the PPO flavor of Medicare. We've talked about Medicare Advantage versus supplements in depth in other videos. But for the most part, you refer yourself out. You're not locked into a region. You can go anywhere in the US to any provider who accepts Medicare. So it's kind of like the PPO world of things. Blue Shield and Anthem Blue Cross are two of the big three in this market, with United Health ART being the third. Health Net's kind of like a runner-up. But really, Shield and Anthem, depending on where we run the quotes, can be dominant. And the benefits are the same. A G plan is standardized, so it's the same as a G plan with another carrier. The networks are identical. Any provider accepts Medicare. So really it comes down to pricing and kind of customer satisfaction. And those are pretty comparable for the big carriers. So pricing, when we run those quotes at age 65 or even older, Shield and Anthem typically are number 1 and 2 for the most popular plan being the G plan. So you can run the numbers at our website or down below, but really they dominate that side of things, and probably a good 2/3, maybe even 3/4 of the market goes that direction, with United Health being the third option. And then finally, Medicare Advantage plans, completely different. Medicare Advantage plans have not been as competitive a move or market for Blue Shield and Anthem Blue Cross. Where they are starting to do well are in the special need plans. So the D-SNPs, the C-SNPs, things where if you have Medi-Medi or Medicare Medi-Cal, you'll start to see Blue Shield and Anthem have broader networks and have more competitive options depending on the area you're in. So that's kind of an exciting growth area for them in terms of Medi-Medi. Also, you'll see them for certain networks where there are providers or hospitals we want access to in certain areas, because they tend to be in a lot of different regions, not the most populous like LA, but more regional or local areas. Then they come up number 1 and 2 sometimes, if not the only carriers, because those more rural areas don't have a lot of options. And Shield and Anthem have really tried to be everywhere that they can be. So in some situations, they'll be the de facto Advantage plan option, especially if we're looking at a D-SNP, which is Medi-Medi, Medicare, or you're getting additional help, Medicare Medi-Cal, or C-SNP, chronic health issues. And so that's where they're really trying to push and make their angle. And those are the two different markets for Medicare, very different. It makes sense to run your quote to see who comes up best, who has your doctors and hospitals, which may be the deciding factor in a lot of situations. And of course, we're happy to walk through that with you.